James Marshall found tiny golf lakes in. A group called the 49ers left to go to blank in 1849. It was a very long and blank journey just for a chance to get rich. People who explore an area looking for minerals are called blank. By 1849, nearly 90,000 people arrived to hunt for blank. The Gold Rush. Type your answer in each box. What does it mean to pan for gold? Who were the 49ers? What events happened to cause the gold rush in 1848 to 1855? Why did towns become ghost towns? The telegraph. The telegraph is a device that was used to communicate in the 1800s. Samuel Morse created the machine because there was a need to send messages quickly to others who were far away. The device sent messages through electric wires. Different dots and dashes made up a certain message. The messages were able to be decoded by an operator. The telegraph changed America because it allowed the country to operate as one whole unit. Until then, the country was divided into small regions. Respond to this question below. How does a telegraph work? Pause the video as you type your answer. The steamboat. The invention of the steamboat changed the way of life back in the early 1800s. While many Americans tried to make this means of transportation, Robert Fulton was the first person to get it to successfully travel down the East Coast. The steamboat burned wood or coal to heat water and turned it into steam. The engine had the power to turn the wheel to go upstream without oars or sails. In 1807, Robert Fulton built the Clermont. It took only 1.5 days to go 150 miles. Before that, it used to take 4 days. The steamboat helped people ship and receive goods in a timely and efficient manner. By 1815, steamboats were the main way that people traveled the waters. Drag and drop true or false to each of the boxes below each question. A steamboat burned wool or coal to heat water and turn it into steam. Steamboats helped people ship and receive goods quicker than before. The steam locomotive. America's first steam locomotive was introduced in 1830. It helped transport goods at a much faster rate than by horsepower. People knew when and where their goods would arrive. The steam that powered the engines paved the way for the development of steam cars. The development of the steam locomotive created the need for many jobs, which started to make the U.S. economy boom. Over the next several years, railroad tracks were laid to link cities up and down the East Coast. Then, in 1869, the Transcontinental Railroad was completed. It linked the whole nation, spanning all the way across the United States, from the East Coast to the West Coast. Now, anyone could travel out west in just a few days. The invention of the railroad made life easier and more efficient in the United States, and even impacted the rest of the world. How do you think the railroad tracks were built through the mountains? Stop the video while you type your answer below. The important inventions. Directions. Describe 3 inventions during this time in the boxes below. Pick one of the inventions from above and explain how it changed the world. Stop the video as you type your answers. Directions. Put the events in the correct order below. So drag and drop the number that corresponds to each event. In 1849, 90,000 people arrived in California in search of gold. This was known as the Gold Rush. In 1804, Lewis and Clark were sent on an expedition to explore the Louisiana Purchase. The Oregon Trail became a popular route people traveled to settle the West starting in 1841. The Battle of the Alamo took place in 1836. 200 men died defending the Alamo for 13 long days. Fact or opinion. Directions. Decide if each statement below is a fact or an opinion. It would have been fun to pack up a covered wagon with supplies and move out west. Fact or opinion. In 1869, the Transcontinental Railroad was completed. It linked the whole nation, spanning all the way across the United States from the East Coast to the West Coast. Fact or opinion. In 1807, Robert Fulton built the steamboat called the Clermont. It took only 1.5 days to go 150 miles. Fact or opinion. Samuel Morse was very smart because he invented a machine that sent messages to people who were far away. Fact or opinion. Miners pan for gold by scooping up soil and water and shaking it through a metal pan with a screen. Fact or opinion. Pony Express riders are brave because they had to dodge herds of buffalo and cross steep, snowy mountains. Fact or opinion. After you finish this slideshow, please press the submit button and then you will be finished.